what I do. I overthink. I was thinking about this situation, obviously, because I overthink. And it's all coercion. Okay. I think the whole goal is to scare me. I think the reason they go around town showing people this video of me and the baby and smearing my name and just being complete pieces of shit. One, they have me under contract, and that contract cuts me off from the legal system because that's somehow fucking legal, and we call that justice in America. Great. You gotta remember the rich crackers need to run everything. So, in regards to that statement, like I just said, like, I think they wanted me to turn myself in, and I do think it is exactly what I said. They would get to go run free, and then I'd be in prison. I don't think there is anything else outside of that, and I think the whole shit is that stuff I was talking about with Stu. It was like, oh, he's so stupid, he's gonna... I am an altruist. It is my relationship type. I do believe in doing the right thing just because it is the right thing, but nobody else does. And this is a sad fact. Your relationship types are altruism, which is just doing the right thing because it's doing the right thing. You don't feel guilty and you live a good life. Now, these psychopaths can't feel guilt. They can't feel bad. That is impossible for them. So they can't actually be good people by that definition. It is impossible for them. And they are enabled by the church. Now, your other relationship types is empathetic, where it's all emotional. You just care about people's emotions. That's what these retards at the church live off of, is you caring about how they feel. Sympathetic, me and you have shared experience. We have both broken a leg, and because it's never happened to me, then obviously it doesn't matter. Because, you know, I never broke a leg, therefore it can't be that bad to break a leg. And then you have the narcissist weird thing where they just keep hurting you and hurting you and hurting you until you guess what you did wrong, because they're not going to correctly express their emotions because they don't know how they feel. They don't know what this feeling is. It's only, I feel uncomfortable, therefore I will make everybody uncomfortable until somebody figures out why I feel uncomfortable. Which is retardation at its finest, but I've been mulling it over. I do know how fucked my situation is. I remember them going on, you violate the contract, we're gonna kill your ass. Like, great. Also, we murder all the women you have, even though you have superior genes. I took a bullet and I've drinking all your fucking poison so far. Holy shit. I bet Stu wouldn't do that. We should sit down and try that shit with all your church leaders, see how superior they actually are when they all fucking die like the losers they are. But also, you guys don't believe in evolution, so I can't exist, which is probably why I have to be killed, because holy shit, that guy's superior. I don't know. I think the biggest thing about pisses me off is this is coercion, and this is something my parents have done my entire life, and that is exactly why I don't want to do the right thing and turn myself in. Because this is coercion. I am being forced. I think if these people had just did the right thing, I think if Blondie had kept his word when he said, I'm going to let you out of your contract, I ended up at, let's go over this theoretically. I end up out of my contract. They don't get to keep the $4 billion they owe me. I get that money. I come to Florida and then I get chelation therapy, which is what I needed. And then I get a lawyer. I tell him what happened with the perjury, and then we pull the perjury, and then everything goes as it should be, naturally. These people, and their need to control everything, have created some half-ass, cockeyed, retard, stupid fuck plan that involves completely fucking me over, ruining, obviously just dicking with me, and then probably telling everybody I'm a piece of shit. That's what the problem is I'm a piece of shit. They're the sweet, innocent baby angels, even though they murder people and rape babies and do all the evil shit, because morals are pointless, because reality's subjective, and if reality's subjective, then there is no right and wrong. So therefore, you don't have to, altruism can't exist. A good person can't exist. That's impossible. And this is their logic, by the way, we're going over. And these stupid assholes are, the world, I've said it a million times, would be a better place without religion. That is the end truth. This religion creates suffering to supplant itself. Okay, that is why they are all Cenobites. That is why they cause misery, and then they run off with all the money, and they keep all the money for themselves. One of the funnier things I remember the FBI talking about was this church is literally going to, once they get enough members in every state in America, they're going to murder everybody like they did in Utah, where they murdered all the Utahnians and then took it over. They're going to do that in every state in America. And they were like, and then they're going to, after they force the government to collapse and the government's gone, they're going to take over everybody with the money they saved up. So the reason why this place has $300 billion is because they saved up all that money and they're going to dismantle the U.S. government. And I was like, are they retarded? And the FBI guy's like, Bobby, you don't understand. And I was like, I do know how to understand. These guys are going to murder everybody and topple the U.S. government. And they're like, yeah. The reason the greenback, the dollar, has value is because the U.S. government exists. If you topple the U.S. government, your money is valueless. That is how fucking stupid these people are. And the FBI was like, that's really fucking dumb. This is a really stupid fucking plan. And I was like, yes, it is a really stupid fucking plan. And I don't know. Whatever. Don't like being coerced. Don't like being harassed. I no longer feel fear. I feel pissed. Obviously, they're not going to do the right thing and send some intelligent life out to talk to me. One, they don't have intelligent life in the church. They're all parrots that are trained to do something. And I really don't want to be a part of this world anymore. Like, I'm a man that dared to dream of a better world, and it cost me everything. Okay? I have nothing. And these people are like, just keep hurting him, no matter what. Like, just keep doing it. And maybe the idea is if we hurt you enough, you'll join our church. That's not happening. You see, when I was a kid, there is one value I still hold, and it's I don't lick garbage in my life. And I would even go as far to say is like, I remember Blondie was like, you could marry one of our women, the garbage women? You want me to marry the garbage? One of my rules when I was growing up, and if you guys go, hey, every man needs to make up their own arbitrary rules, here's my rule. I don't lick garbage in my life. You need to unfuck yourselves if you don't want to be garbage. It starts by throwing your religion in the trash. But your religion is your value. So, you don't have any. Oh. Another pissed off Bob rant. These antisocial fucktards, dude. Antisocial fucktards. Whatever. Keep harassing the guy from the trailer park in Georgia that did the right thing and we taught him a lesson. Look, you guys win. Doing the right thing is pointless. There is no reason in doing the right thing. Not because doing the right thing is inherently bad. It is because there are not enough altruists in this world. Whatever happened to me growing up that caused me to be an altruist, the same way you guys recreate Jose's fucking life by beating and raping and drinking lead and murdering 6 kids and 7 women and just being disgusting. If we could figure out what happened to me growing up that made me an altruist and we could mass produce that parenting style and we got a bunch of altruists out here, the world would be a better place. Today I went and cleared a culvert behind the fucking Salvation Army because I am a good person. And when I can't fix things in my life, I like to fix other things because it gives me a sense of control. And I remember this retard shit with Blondie where he's like, there's this guy, and I'm assuming the guy's me, and he's gonna realize he has no control over his life, and then he's gonna want control, and then he's gonna go to prison I was Blondie, you don't have any control in prison. And he was like, oh! Oh! And I was like, are you really that fucking stupid? Like, Blondie, are you really that fucking stupid? I don't believe he is. I think sometimes my idiot friend Taco used to play stupid, but he was actually just malicious. I'm not even going to say intelligent. malicious. He was just malicious. He would play stupid, but act malicious. And I think that's the truth about Blondie, the president of this church, and every church leader, is they act stupid when they're actually just malicious. They go, oops, I knocked over the cup, what a klutz I am, but then the cup falls over on your computer and destroys your shit and your $10,000 out, and you're like, oh, you're such an idiot, you ruined my life. And they're like, got him, got back at him, he hurted my feelings and I couldn't get over it. Oh, ah! And you're like, great. I realize now the pointlessness in my existence. And just how these people, I guess, I'm just gonna write it out. I'm just gonna write it out. Like, in a functional world, I would have a lawyer and I would just go to court, but these assholes murder my lawyers, so I can't even have that. I mean, whatever, dude. Fuck it. I don't even really care, like, whatever. We need to move toward a society that gets rid of religion. That is just the hard, cold facts. If intelligent life is to take its natural course, religion needs to die. All of it. Alright? All of it.